big names and bigger reputations. And every Saturday they'll earn the title Big Shots. Saturday Big Shots begins next on Sportsman Channel. Presented by Nosler. Professionals trust Nosler.
Welcome back to the Novilles. On this week's show, we have a friendly competition between father and son. Dr. Pillow and his son Austin are in the camp for the first time. Stay tuned for more Bruch Country Monsters.
In Texas, traditions run deep. Being taught how to hunt and fish by your father is one of those that many Texans hold dear to their heart.
This is my Bruch Country Monster.
On this week's episode, a father and son team visit the South Texas brush country to make memories that will last a lifetime.
Hunting is one of the things that we enjoy doing together.
Having the opportunity to come down here to the ranch, spending quality time with my dad, couldn't ask for anything better.
And when you can find something that's really fun to do with your family, it just really makes it that much more special and that much more important to you.
Dr. William Pillow, a native of Mississippi, decided that it was time to take his son Austin to the brush country of South Texas to experience a first-class whitetail hunt. After talking it over with John Burrell of the High Adventure Company, Dr. Pillow was able to secure an open spot for he and his son to hunt the Novillos Ranch in early December.
After we booked the trip, I told Austin about it and told him about South Texas. Of course, he had no idea what he was in for. Showed him a little bit of a teaser by showing him the website and all the great pictures, and he got super excited after that.
My dad told me we were going hunting in southern Texas to Novillos Ranch about a month ago. About 2 weeks ago, I started losing sleep over it, getting really excited.
Before they knew it, the Pillows were arriving in McAllen, ready for their escort to the ranch.
After we got here and unpacked our stuff and got settled in, we had the option of shooting several custom reporter rifles.
Dr. Pillow chose a 6.5 Weatherby shooting 140 grain Berger VLDs.
Out of all the ones that I shot, I really liked it the best. It was a nice flat shooting rifle, nice grouping, and the muzzle brake on the end was very little recoil. So that's the one I chose for the rest of the hunt.
Austin chose a 260 Remington, as well shooting 140 grain Berger VLDs. Like all hunters that visit the ranch, a trip to the rifle range was in order before they were allowed to go to the blind.
Shot the McWhorter rifles and was really impressed by their accuracy and how well balanced they were.
After multiple bullets downrange and successfully hitting the 500-yard target, the two were confident they could make a 200-yard shot if the opportunity presented itself.
We shot a few 400 and 500-yard shots, and after you shoot a shot like that, it makes you a lot more confident about hitting a deer at 100 or 200 yards away. That was a lot of fun for us. My first hunt on the Novillos. I'm excited about it. I also get to shoot a McWhorter 6.5. Let's go.
It didn't take long, and the hunters found themselves headed to the blind for the first afternoon hunt. Dr. Pillow was hunting with longtime Novillos guide Frank Davis.
And as usual in the early season like this, we caught a bad spell of weather. Typical South Texas, the wind blows 40 miles an hour from one direction or the other.
So the first few hunts, we had a little bit of a problem with the weather. The wind just really made the deer skittish. We saw a lot of deer, but not the management buck that I wanted.
Bruch Country Monsters is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, the most accurate hunting rifles in the world. Burger Bullets. Shoot better. Shoot Burger. Rudy's Barbecue. Real Texas barbecue. Pendleton Valuables Management, the final move in managing your firearms. And John Burrell's High Adventure Company, the been there, done that company.
Confidence is critical in any shooting sport. Whether hunting or bench rest competition, you'll have confidence every time you pull the trigger on a McWhorter custom rifle. Their 1/2-inch MOA guarantee assures tack driving accuracy on your neck counting. McWhorter Custom Rifles, the most accurate hunting rifles in the world. Function, accuracy, reliability, every time. Find out more at McWhorterRifles.com.
Designed, engineered, and manufactured by the hands of perfection. With uncompromising standards, Pendleton safes are made to work. With an innovative storage system capable of holding up to 40 long guns and more than 50 pistols, it's easily the most advanced safe in the industry. Pendleton Valuables Management, the most versatile safe on the market today.
I've got another job for you.
If you fail me, they're all gone.
Big order. I'm on it.
We need this to work.
Get it now!
I have it under control. I got Rudy's.
Dad, you can order Rudy's Barbecue online.
Rudy's now shipping nationwide.
On Bruch Country Monsters, we've hunted deer all over the world. From the rolling hills of Montana all the way to the south of Patagonia, we've put Burger Bullets to the test. We can confidently say that Burger Bullets perform at all ranges and velocities to produce devastating results. Shoot better. Shoot Burger. To find out more, visit burgerbullets.com.
Looking for your next sporting destination? Let the High Adventure Company take you there. Sporting Classics magazine says the High Adventure Company has an unparalleled record for developing small, high-quality operations into some of the finest sporting destinations in the world. John Burrell's High Adventure Company, your connection to the finest destinations worldwide. Log on at highadventurecompany.com. High Adventure, the been there, done that company.
Bruch Country Monsters is brought to you by She Outdoor Apparel, clothing for her expedition, Hot Mocks, Pack Some Heat, Hart Rifle Barrels, unparalleled performance handcrafted one at a time, and Borden Accuracy, makers of the Rimrock, Alpine, and Timberline custom actions.
On the first afternoon out, both hunters experienced what a windy and warm day can do to deer movement.
First night, we went hunting. I saw about 15 doe. Started to shake, I'm not gonna lie. My guide Lee told me that I could shoot a coyote, loosen my nerves.
About 5:30, a coyote came out. I knew we needed to break the nerves, so I just looked at Austin and said, you know, why don't you go ahead and shoot this coyote? And he looked at me and says, really? I said, yeah. He bared down on it, and coyote was about 80 yards. He pulled the trigger, and it was just a flat-out miss. He went straight over it.
first one I missed. Shows how nervous I was.
He bolted that rifle as soon as he could, and I started making a, coyote whistle and, just like a distressed rabbit. Got him to come in about 20 yards, and he just rolled him. As soon as he shot and rolled him, I knew that the ice had been broken. We were ready to move on to the next morning.
Day 2 found Lee and Austin in a well-known blind on the east side of the ranch.
So the first morning hunt comes around. We went to Dillon's blind, a place that I've been seeing some good management bucks and a lot of really big bucks too.
Deer activity was much different than the previous day, and deer were down multiple senderos.
As soon as the sun starts coming up, every sendero was just filling up with deer, bucks, does, you name it. A couple of them are 160 class, just big bucks, and you can tell he's just getting excited and getting nervous, and it's kind of fun to watch.
We sat there and watched him for about 30 minutes, and we noticed another one that was walking in the sendero. My guide Lee waited a couple minutes, and by the time I got in range, he told me that's the one.
And that buck started getting nervous, so I just kind of leaned over and tapped Austin on the shoulder and said, hey, there's a deer over here I'd like you to shoot.
It didn't take long until a solid, mature 140 class 10-point made an appearance.
He wasn't nervous or anything. It was all calm and cool, collective, and got his McQuarter outside the window.
Lee gave Austin the green light if he wanted to shoot. Austin wasted no time and quickly had his McWhorter rifle steadied for the shot.
When I drew my gun, drew perfect. Right when I saw the deer's antlers, started shaking. Couldn't even see it in the scope.
He was being blocked by a few deer. He's moving left and right. And he finally got clear, and I said, just take him, just squeeze the trigger. Right behind the shoulder, just made a great shot.
Turned over to my guide Lee, shook his hand, smiled. I was excited. I just shot the biggest deer of my life in southern Texas.
At the shot, the buck lunged forward, the sign of a solid hit.
We were climbing down the stairs. I still had butterflies all in my stomach. I was exhilarated.
A short track later, and Austin was putting his hand on the largest whitetail of his life.
As I wrapped my hands around it, I couldn't wait to see the look on my dad's face, and I brought home a massive deer.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by She Outdoor Apparel, clothing for her expedition, Hot Mocks, pack some heat, Hart Rifle Barrels, unparalleled performance handcrafted one at a time, and Borden Accuracy, makers of the Rimrock, Alpine, and Timberline custom actions.
That leaky roof will cost you thousands in repairs. Hi, Phil Swift here. Everyone knows Flex Seal is the easy way to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. And for lighter surfaces, you're gonna love Flex Seal Bright. To put Flex Seal to the ultimate test, we sealed this pickup truck. We turned this truck into the new Flex Seal boat. Flex Seal is the economical solution to thousands of problems.
I drive this boat at 100 miles an hour, and when I get a leak, I use Flex Seal because I know it works.
You can get Flex Seal in original or bright for just $19.99. And we're going to include another can of Flex Seal. Plus, you get the Aero Grip sprayer free. You'll get it all for just $19.99. Order now.
To order Flex Seal Original or Flex Seal Bright, call 1-800-690-7696 or go to getflexseal.com. Call or go online now.
She Outdoor Apparel presents Core 4, the most revolutionary hunting clothing system ever created. Tailored specifically for women, the Core 4 system protects and keeps you comfortable in the harshest of elements. Whether in snow, bitter cold, cutting wind, or driving rain, the Core 4 system keeps you warm and dry. The pants, vest, jacket, and accessories are an integral part of the complete system. Core 4 is well-insulated, waterproof, wind-resistant, and whisper quiet. Core 4 by She Outdoor Apparel.
Before going out there, come here. We want to show you something. Education and inspiration for the next generation of hunters. Join the Rack Pack at QDMA.com. It's free.
Make great-tasting jerky the easy way with High Mountain Seasonings homemade jerky kits and snacking sticks. From mesquite smoke to inferno blends, High Mountain has the flavors you need to make your fish and game come alive. It's fresh, easy to make, and tastes great. Visit HighMTNJerky.com.
They revolutionized duck hunting. They revolutionized dove hunting. They revolutionized predator hunting. So, what's next for the most innovative company in the outdoors? Innovations by Mojo Outdoors. Join the revolution.
You know, I saw out of quarter of my eye in the Sendero, there's a 10-point that walked out.
When I drew my gun, drew it perfect.
Right behind the shoulder, just made a great shot.
Turned over to my guide, Lee, shook his hand, smiled. I was excited. I just shot the biggest deer of my life in southern Texas, in the VS Ranch.
A short track later, and Austin was putting his hand on the largest whitetail of his life. In the meantime, Dr. Pillow and guide Frank were on the west side of the ranch experiencing the same level of deer activity.
While we were out there hunting, I heard a shot from Austin's direction, and I figured that he had put a shot on a good deer. I texted him and asked him how big it was, and you could tell by the text he was super excited about the deer that he killed. Is that him? Nice. That's very nice, man. After we took some good pictures together, he told me about the deer and he just couldn't stop smiling.
Having the opportunity to come down here to the ranch, spending quality time with my dad, couldn't ask for anything better.
Our second day here, Austin got a good buck this morning, about a 138 class. The pressure's on me, but my man Frank's not gonna let me down. That afternoon, we decided to go back to the same stand. Unfortunately, the weather really didn't cooperate again. The wind picked up, it got warm. We saw a few does, but nothing that we could shoot. We're still optimistic. Tomorrow's another day.
After another warm and windy afternoon with average deer movement, the Mississippi natives were treated to some Texas hospitality, Rudy's style.
After the hunt, we came back to the lodge. It was my first experience eating some Rudy's barbecue. The Texas barbecue style was amazing.
Today we're going to change gears a little bit and go from centerfires to black powder rifles. We're going to talk about some cleaning tips that we've found to be helpful in our development of these 600-yard extra long-range muzzleloaders that we make. The moisture in the barrel seems to play the biggest role in accuracy, and what we try to do is eliminate all that to simulate you sitting in a tree stand for a couple hours. So what we do, this one's just been fired, so we usually set it vertical, and we've got a cleaning jag here. We take one patch, Butch's bore shine, a couple drops in the middle, place it over the center of the bore, and push it all the way down, applying downward pressure so we're swabbing the face of the breech plug. About 10 revolutions, pull it out, and then repeat it on the other side. When we're done with that, we take a dry patch and go ahead and wipe the residual moisture off the rod. Then we take 2 dry patches, one at a time, push them down, downward pressure, bring them out, flip them over. We feel at this point we've got about 90% of the moisture out of the barrel. So we take a second one to finish the job. Once we've done that, we feel like the bore is perfectly dry, simulating after you've been sitting in a deer stand for several hours. We load it, 4 777 pellets for our extreme long-range muzzleloader. And for this gun, we're shooting a 327 grain Parker bullet with an effective BC of 410. That doesn't sound really high, but that's very high for a muzzleloader bullet. And we'll seat it in our muzzle brake, turn our gun completely vertical, and push that round all the way down until we feel it snug up at the bottom, being careful not to crush the pellets. All right, now that gun is loaded. So we got our ignition cartridge that we designed, reusable a couple hundred times. When you put this in the chamber and bolt it, it's ready to fire. So we're gonna shoot this at 500 yards, black powder gun, and see if we can kill a deer at 500 yards. Let's go to range. All right, so we're on the range here with our extreme muzzleloader. It's loaded except for this ignition cartridge. So we're gonna stick that in, put our shooting glasses on, put our hearing protection on. Scope's dialed up to 500 yards. Safety's on. That was a good shot, right in the vitals. 500-yard muzzleloader shot. That bullet arrived with over 1,400 pounds of energy left, and that's enough to kill any elk or whitetail in the country. That's the reason we started building these, because we hunt out west a lot, and this really gives you the upper hand in all those extended muzzleloader seasons. So think about your next muzzleloader hunt. Look us up on the web, and that's your on-target tip of the week, brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles.
The simple things, the true things, the silent men who do things. Then listen to the wild. It's calling.
Honey, wake up. You're snoring. It's really bad tonight. You need to go to the couch.
Are you sick of being kicked out of your bedroom because you snore? Fed up with having to sleep on the couch every night? Then you need Pure Sleep, the #1 selling snoring solution in the world.
The first night he stopped snoring.
The second night it worked, and the third night, and the fourth night, and I was about in tears because it worked.
Invented by a dentist who snored, Pure Sleep is FDA cleared and proven safe and effective.
Here's how Pure Sleep works to stop snoring. During sleep, the muscles that keep the airway open relax, restricting airflow and creating a snoring sound. Pure Sleep is a comfortable, self-molded mouthpiece that holds your jaw slightly forward, opening the airway so that the snoring stops.
Just look at these CT scans of a person who snores. Here you can see the constricted airway. Now, look how Pure Sleep opens that airway to stop the snoring.
Pure Sleep started working the very first night.
It's small, it's comfortable.
You don't even know you have it in.
Don't be fooled by imitators that can't be adjusted. Made in the USA, only Pure Sleep has 3 adjustable positions. Plus, Pure Sleep custom molds to your teeth for a perfect fit. Pure Sleep is guaranteed to stop your snoring right away. To prove it, we'll let you try it for 30 days before you buy it. All you do is cover the shipping and handling. Plus, for a limited time, we'll give you a second Pure Sleep with travel case at no additional cost. So act now.
It was just like our lives changed overnight. If we don't have the Pure Sleep, he's on the couch.
So don't let snoring get you kicked to the couch. Kick snoring out of your bedroom with Pure Sleep. Call or visit trypuresleep.com right now.
With Austin harvesting his buck early in the hunt, Lee decided it would be a perfect opportunity for Austin to do some management and take out a few does, which happens to be a vital and necessary practice to maintain the Novios level of herd quality.
Shot a buck this morning, so we shoot a doe this afternoon. So try to keep the genetics right. That's just the way we try to keep things here at the Novios in order to grow quality deer.
With the hunt winding down, Frank and Dr. Pillow found themselves in Dillon's blind for the last morning sit.
The last day we went to a stand that the guides had seen some nice management bucks on the day before.
The last morning that he was here, we went to a blind that we had seen the day before, had seen a lot of deer.
After about an hour and a half of hunting, a nice management buck came down the sendero.
Deer were moving, and not long into the morning wait, a solid mature 10-point made an appearance.
After we watched him for a little while, we realized that he was definitely old enough to shoot.
There was a lot of deer, and we found one that was suited his purposes and sure suited ours. He was about a 6-year-old deer.
Frank instructed his hunter that this would be a perfect deer to shoot.
After we decided to shoot him, there were a lot of other deer around him. Had to wait a little while for him to clear all the does that were around him. I ranged him, and he was about 220 yards away.
It didn't take Dr. Pillow long to get his McWhorter 6.5 Weatherby out the blind window.
Once the does cleared out, got a nice clean shot on him, and he dropped instantly.
At the shot, the buck dropped.
I was very impressed with the burger bullets.
A perfect high shoulder shot placement.
After the shot, we got out of the stand, went down the sendero. I couldn't wait to get my hands on him. When we got there, I was pretty proud of the shot that I'd put on him from that far away. It's a good management deer. Last day of the hunt.
What Austin doesn't know right now is that spending time with his father on a hunt like this will be some of the greatest memories of his childhood.
I think yours was a little bigger, but mine was meaner. When we got back to the ranch, Austin was waiting on me. He saw that I'd killed a deer on the last day. He gave me a big thumbs up.
Each guide at the Novios was lucky to be raised by fathers and family members that took the time to take them hunting as well. When families like the Pillows visit the ranch, it reminds us all of times that we would give anything in the world to be able to experience again. If you asked us all, we'd tell you, this is what hunting is all about.
Thanks for being with us this week. If there's anything that you want to find out about us or our sponsors, or maybe you want to book your own hunt here on the Novios Ranch, check out brushcountrymonsters.com. Find us on Facebook, like us, drop us a note, tell us what you think about the show. Until next time, always remember, keep God and family first.
Brush Country Monsters was brought to you by Chupacabra Rub. Not just a fine meat rub, but a true seasonal. It's Chupalicious. Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. And Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors.